My name's Kevin Wilson, and I'm a professor of psychology in the psychology department at Gettysburg College. I also am one of the chairs of the neuroscience program there.
What advice would you give to your undergraduate self?
When I was an undergraduate, I was a first generation college student, and I didn't really understand a lot of the tricks and the tips for succeeding in college. I didn't know what I guess nowadays we would call the hidden curriculum, how you kind of navigate success and take advantage of resources. And I think one piece of advice that I'd give my undergraduate self would be to get to know your professors. I think when I was an undergraduate, I was intimidated by professors, and I sort of thought going to see a professor meant something was wrong or that there was a problem. And I now realize, of course, being on the other side, that getting to know professors is a great thing. It opens up opportunities. It kind of allows you to sort of get to know a little bit more about what they do outside of the class. And it's not a sign that there's a problem you need to fix, but it's a sign of kind of wanting to get to know them and get to know a little bit more about their work.
What type of opportunities are there for undergrads in your lab?
I work at Gettysburg College, and we only have undergraduate students at Gettysburg College, so they're involved in pretty much every aspect of my research. Before we start studies, they'll help me design and create materials. When we're running studies, they will recruit participants, they'll screen participants, they'll run the actual experimental sessions. And then after we've collected data, they help with data analysis and writing up the papers and making posters for conferences. So they're really kind of involved in every aspect because we only have undergraduate students at Gettysburg, so they get to do everything.
What do you like most about neuroscience?
I think the thing I like most about neuroscience is that I come from a psychology background, and trying to understand how these psychology processes are implemented in the brain is fascinating to me. And to be able to kind of map out the brain systems that implement these different processes like visual attention or memory really kind of intrigues me. And especially looking at research involving patients with brain damage and how brain damage can interrupt very specific cognitive functions in a profound way.
How do you keep your life outside of work fun and fulfilling?
So when I'm not at work, I like to spend time with my family. My wife and I are lucky enough to get to do a lot of traveling. I also try to decompress by doing things like hiking. I like to hike and backpack. I also sing in a choir, so that gives me a totally different way to use my brain than what I'm doing at work. And then I also like to bake. I kind of have gotten into baking bread lately. So that's kind of a goofy thing, but it keeps me occupied.